Good morning, everybody. My name is tersoonyon, streaming live from Abuja, Nigeria. You see, concerning this trending topic of America coming to invade Nigeria, I made a video. My previous post was a live stream about the topic, and because of my caption, my choice of words, and the context, the post didn't go down with a lot of people. Didn't go down well with a lot of people, and checking the comment section, I see a lot of people saying a lot of trash, which I don't even allow that get into my head because you see this social media, and if we really want to move forward, and you are not mentally and emotionally stable to move forward, then you are not ready to strive. You see, in that video, I kept saying something that we all know the truth. We all know the truth. Make that an emphasis. We see this Nigeria, all our politicians, the elite, they keep gambling with the lives of innocent citizens. They are just playing politics at the expense of the lives of the innocent citizens, using that to make money. Because you see that security budget, they don't audit that budget because they can just spend money lavishly and no accountability. So it is an avenue to make more money. But then, here I have something to say. If our people really want to end this insecurity, we have to trace back to history. The introduction of jihad. That is where Usman Dan Fodio come into play. Usman Dan Fodio was somebody that tried to be Arab more than the Arabs themselves. So what do you benefit to Islamize the whole country, change the whole world to a religion you cannot even defend? Say this religion of a thing, me personally, I'm a Christian, but when you get to a certain stage, I feel like I don't need to defend this because I wasn't there. This is a man invention, yes, it's a business, let me put it that way. Then, going back to the history of Usman Dan Fodio, we all know what happened. Some of us who were not born then, we read the history, we were told what happened. I met my grandparents, they told me a lot of things. Even my parents told me what their parents and their grandparents told them about jihad. Fast forward to 1999 to 2000. This is what I witnessed by myself. When Abacha died in 1998, Abdulsalam Abubakar took over power, conducted election, and handed over power to Obasanjo. Now, this insecurity, Obasanjo have a lot of questions to answer because he wasn't prepared to handle this issue. Coming out as a president with the brave mentality of a military personnel, he still couldn't control this Sharia law. Then, when Abdulsalam Abubakar handed over power to Obasanjo in 1999/2000 election, we have somebody from the north, happened to be Zamfara State Governor, in person of Ahmed Sani Yerima, I think something like that. He also came up for governorship election. He came out as a candidate, and during his campaign, he promised his people that he was going to bring Sharia campaign promises he made. According to him, he went to, I think, Saudi Arabia, and he did not understand Arab. They were teaching in Arab. He didn't understand anything. So when he came back, he started learning Arabic in his boss quarters. So during graduation, the teacher told him that why not make this as a party, as a ceremony, right? So they hosted a party in his compound, and while they were there, they came up with the idea to build a mosque in his compound so that they will be praying there and worshiping there. And in the course of conversation, while the election was going on and the campaign was going on, because of what he made, the statement he made out of excitement or emotion, if I should put it that way, they kept reminding him of the law, of the Sharia law he promised them. Then, after election, he was elected as Zamfara State Governor. And during that time, during the campaign, they were northern lawyers who were already educated, and they kept educating him on the Nigerian Constitution. So he was already well equipped to battle with whosoever that comes to challenge the Sharia law. Then, finally, he was elected, and they kept reminding him, and he had to make that pronouncement. And immediately he made that pronouncement, American ambassador for Nigeria, the British, the Canada, the Germany, and other, in fact, the entire Europe, all the ambassadors were coming. Then, American ambassador asked a question: this Sharia law you want to introduce to the country, is it that of Afghanistan or that of Saudi Arabia, or which one? And he said something that he wants to introduce Sharia in the country in line with the Nigeria Constitution. They said, fine. In as much as you are dancing in the armpit of the Constitution that oversees the whole government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we don't have issue with that. They left. Mind you, Nigeria have a constitution that gives you the right of religion. You can practice, you can switch to any religion, you understand. So, while this thing was going on, Obasanjo hate all these things and he wasn't happy with it, and he called Sani. This thing you are about to bring to this country will divide this country. I don't want this. That became a serious issue between him and the then president Obasanjo. Bola Ige was there, and some other prominent Nigerians who were working with Obasanjo in his cabinet. The governors were there. He called them for emergency meeting. They sat, they discussed this thing, and Sani was busy defending the constitution. Finally, the South and the Eastern governors, when the issue got to them, they said, you don't allow this Sharia law get into your head. After all, this thing does not have anything to do with Christians. It is for the Muslims, right? That was how they allowed the Sharia law came into play. Now, after introduction of Sharia law, here come Islamic Bank. Mind you, in Nigeria we don't have a Christian law. How if there's something like that? Is only a thing of religion. All our rules and regulations, the do and don't, is a Christian doctrine. It doesn't have to do with a particular law that have to either contradict the constitution of the country. As a Christian, you are under the secular law that oversees all the country. But then in Islam in Nigeria have their own constitution that at some point contradict the constitution of Nigeria, right? if you study about their criminal law, you will understand what I'm talking about. If I read a little about the criminal, like the way they carry out um, judgment. We have heard a lot of news concerning Islam, how they send people to journey of no return just because of a minor case, right? So this thing didn't go away with the Christians in Nigeria, and till today, this thing has become an issue. As time goes, Boko Haram came into play. What is Boko Haram? Boko Haram simply means Western education is forbidden. Haram means forbidden. Then Boko means Western education. Okay, to them, this education that the West introduced to us, you go to school, no job, this one, that one, is haram, is forbidden. They believe in that Arabic. That was how they introduced that Boko Haram. Before you know, the thing escalated. Before you know, insecurity everywhere, banditry, a lot of things started happening. But, like I said earlier, the elite, they use that as an avenue to make more money. Because they can make a budget for security and nobody to audit it. As they give you the money is yours as a governor. So they felt like it's a way of making money, and it's a reason why you cannot just wake up and say you want to end the insecurity unless there are people we know. Yes, let me say there are people we know, because they are the architect of Sharia. There are lists of people that come up publicly, even here on YouTube. You can check some videos, you can search videos and watch and hear them talk boldly about these things. And this thing has become a threat to the government. In fact, it has become a threat. Not that it's becoming, it has become a threat, a big threat to the government. So, for any president of the country to come up and wake up one day say, I want to end insecurity, Obasanjo is alive. This is my own opinion. Obasanjo is alive, well sound. That man is vibrant. Call him. The 19 governors, the 19 northern state governors that declared Sharia law in that state. Starting from first, Ahmed Sani Yarima, call them, bring them, interrogate these people. They know our problem. But you see America, saying America is coming to Africa, is coming to Nigeria to help you end the issue of insecurity, particularly making emphasis on Christians being unalive in the country. I can tell you for free that should not be an excuse, because that insecurity is almost everywhere. And in fact, the thing started from the north. The thing started from the north. So me personally, as a person, when I hear people talk about the insecurity, they talk with sentiment. I look at them and laugh, because me personally, I'm not a sentimental kind of person. And when I see the truth, I point it out. So when I made a video about this insecurity of it, a lot of people went down to the comment section. They were saying a lot of trash, insulting me. But I didn't allow that get into my head, because of what? I know the kind of people we are. You see, Nigerians, we are the most unpatriotic. I don't know of other countries, but you see this place, Nigerians will not come out and speak well of Nigeria. Everybody is complaining. Even when it's way with them, they are complaining. Why? To an extent that when they see the truth, because of sentiment, you don't want to speak the truth. Then me, I will tell you for free that America coming to this place is is politics. America coming to this place is political. It's an economic battle between, let me mention Russia and China. It's a competition between Russia and China for who should have leverage in Africa. And China is already benefiting that. So, to all my Nigerian youths, if you don't understand history, I know that history at some point was banned in our academic curriculum, but that does not stop anything. I think that has been revisited, and at all level they are teaching history now, I think. But if you went to school, like tertiary institution, they teach history, you can just make it a borrow course and you will learn a lot. Or you can read books. Or if less person, you can choose to be watching videos on YouTube and learning a lot of it. Anything you don't understand, just go to YouTube, search there, and you see the videos and you watch to the end. There are videos here on YouTube that analyze. In fact, it is not. Let me not mention the word analysis. It gives the dictates history of Nigeria. Clear history of what Nigeria is all about, from the beginning to the end. Although there are some hidden secrets because they don't want to expose to the younger generation, and they have their own reasons, which is one of the reasons why they ban history. Imagine a country that decided that we will not teach history because of the atrocities that were committed. Now, let me tell you something about history. My father of blessed memory says something. In fact, he used to say something. He always says, is a man of history, and he always says something, that a man that knows his history cannot be misled. A man that knows his culture cannot be misled because he knows all the forbidden. He knows all the do and the don't. Emphasis on my tribe. We forbid dog. There are some tribes in Nigeria that eat dogs. But dog basically is for pet and security purpose. If you have dog for any reason, it's best known to you. But we forbid dog. We only keep dog for security and for pets. Which of course, because we forbid it, we forbid our women getting close to dogs. We hardly keep dogs. Do you understand? Now, we know our culture. We know the do and the don't. We know what we forbid. So no matter where we find ourselves, you cannot convince my tribal person to eat dog. Because we forbid that. We forbid it. To hell with the sweetness and whatever you call it, we forbid it. This is where we get it twisted when it comes to Nigerian history. People are not being taught history in schools. I think for over decades, for over decades. So, my Nigerian youth, know more about your country, know your history, know your origin, read books. It's not all about cruise. You see, in this country, everybody is just catching cruise. I watch a lot of videos, and the thing, when this news came online, I saw videos of young Nigerians serving in American military. And when you look at them, you just know that these people, they are just creating content. Yes, it's content. All the noise they are making is content. You say Nigeria, okay, if you say Nigeria fail you, that's why you travel out to go and make life better for yourself. Congratulations. But they will not tell you the truth. See, there are some things we don't want to talk about because this is a global community. We are trying to bring people together. So I try my best not to say certain things because it's a global community where we are just here to make friends, connect, share knowledge. If possible, opportunity come, we grab it. So I try my best to avoid certain things, but it's also wise enough to address some issues where needs be, or where need to be rather. Some of our Nigerians who traveled overseas, they don't tell us the truth. It's up to you. If you don't have the conviction, you make research, you ask questions, or your instinct should tell you that something is wrong. I have a lady who I didn't know her anyway, but I went somewhere and overheard her talking about her trip in overseas, how she spent 5 years in Italy. And what she said was shocking. This lady had been to Qatar, she had been to Saudi Arabia, she had been to United Arab Emirates, she had been to Italy, and her experience will tell you that this woman is traumatized. This woman is going through a lot of emotional battle. She's battling with herself because of where she finds herself out of ignorance, what she was told. On reaching there, the grass not green anymore. She had to convince herself to stay and deal with the trauma, deal with the racism, deal with humiliation. I wouldn't want to say certain things here online because it doesn't speak well of my personality, which of course in me I feel like I'm just stating the obvious. But some other person we think otherwise. You understand? So I think we have come to the end of this live, but if you are the one who watched my video and made some comment in the section there, insulting me, saying a lot of trash, I hope you learn something today. And if you do not learn something from this video, keep watching other people's videos and take my advice seriously. Read books, make research, ask questions, interact with others, find out about your origin, who you are, where you come from, and how this place came into existence to be what it is and what is called today. I really appreciate. I thank you all for being with me. Time check, 3:27 a.m. Wow. I'm still awake by this time. I don't really sleep on time like that. Today I made it specially to come on live and address you guys, talk to you. A lot of people they are not awake, but I'm very sure somebody will still see this video. So come to the end of this life. I hereby draw the curtain by saying good night. Oh, sorry, I don't have a cap. Oh, anyway, that's greeting. So good night, guys.